first time ever.
Warning acts of terror.
We are ready to engage with a two-state solution.
Some of his most senior cabinet members
The drivers of a new economic age.
Imagine money flowing across the continents to fund terror networks. Now, two major countries join hands to stop this. Today, we are going to break down how India and Italy at the G20 in Johannesburg launched a pact to choke terror financing and why this matters for global security, not just now, but even for the years ahead. So, what was announced? On 24th November 2025, on the sidelines of the G20 Summit in Johannesburg, Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi met Italian Prime Minister Ms. Giorgia Meloni. They formally adopted the India-Italy joint initiative to counter financing of terrorism. Now, this agreement covers the deeper cooperation on intelligence, sharing, disrupting illicit financial flows, collaboration with multilateral forums such as the Financial Action Task Force FATF and the Global Counter-Terrorism Forum, that's GCTF. Now, India today reported that bilateral trade between India and Italy stood at around USD 15 billion in 2023-2024, and Italian cumulative FDI into India was around USD 4 billion since 2000. Now, this initiative builds on the broader India-Italy strategic partnership and is embedded in the Joint Strategic Action Plan, that's 2025 to 2029. So, what is the strategic context? Why now and why then? Why India and Italy? Now, India has been pushing for stronger global mechanisms against terror financing, especially after recent terror incidents at home. Meloni expressed solidarity with India after the Delhi blast. Italy, as a major European economy, is increasingly aligning with India in areas of defense, technology, trade, and security. This move deepens that alignment. At the same time, the G20 Summit being hosted in Johannesburg underlines global shifts, Africa's voice rising, global south concerns increasing. Now, why anti-terror financing? Terror organizations often rely on cross-border networks, money laundering, trade falsification, crypto channels. Disrupting funding is as important as defeating fighters. So, by focusing on financing, the Pact addresses an underlying enabler of terrorism rather than just its manifestations. Now, why this timing? The G20 Summit provides a high visibility platform. Secondly, India is emerging as a key strategic player. So, Italy wants to diversify partnerships beyond Europe. The global environment, post-pandemic economic stress, volatile geopolitics, Ukraine, Middle East, Indo-Pacific mean straight actors need new alliances. Now, what is the key component of the pact here? Let's break that down as well. What of this initiative? Enhanced information sharing and intelligence cooperation. Both the nations agree to share data on financial flows linked to terrorism, terror financing networks, and suspicious transactions. Second, cross-agency coordination. Now, financial regulators, intelligence agencies, law enforcement, that's all going to be included. Then disrupting illicit financial flows. focusing on trade-based money laundering, misuse of shell companies, and possible crypto virtual asset misuse. So Italian FDI and Indian trade links will be leveraged to monitor all these channels. Third, multilateral platform synergy. Cooperation in FATF, GCTF and other global forums means both nations will pursue common policy positions, shape standards, push for stricter global norms. Now, this amplifies bilateral agreement into global action. Then fourth, capacity building and regulatory alignment. Now, building a institutional capacity in tracking and even enforcement is important. Aligning financial regulations, KYC, that's know your customer norms, tech tools for real-time monitoring. And then fifth, technology and innovation in enforcement. And in fact, I don't want to kind of pitch in, but I have written all these in the strategic interventions in my book as well. Use of fintech, artificial intelligence, data analytics to detect and disrupt terror finance. India and Italy will explore joint projects in defense space, artificial intelligence will support security architecture. So what are going to be the implications? Certainly trade and investment dimensions. Bilateral trade, India, Italy, 15 billion. It was in 23 and 24. Indian FDI in India since 2000 is 4 billion. So the joint strategic action plan 2025-29 indicates both countries view this partnership as a multi-sector push: trade, defense, artificial intelligence and space. A stable security and anti-terror frameworks enhances investors' confidence, especially in the sectors like defense, manufacturing, infrastructure, and technology. The global terror financing landscape. Let's see the context. Now, according to global financial crime reports, hundreds of billions of dollars are laundered annually, and terror financing networks exploit these gaps in jurisdictions and in supervision. For India and Italy, a combined focus strengthens oversight across continents, that's Asia, Europe, axis, while exact number for this pact are not yet public. The shift is towards preventive architecture, not just reactive responses. Then geopolitical and security effects. Indo-Pacific and Europe, India's security environment with China's rise, Pakistan's terrorism challenge benefits from European support. So for Italy or Europe, terror threats from Middle East or North Africa link with European Union's concerns. Indian cooperation adds an extra global axis. So at the summit, Modi emphasized there should be no double standards in the global fight against the terrorism. What are the risks and limitations, and what wins would look like? Risk and limitations: when we see oversight and enforcement of financial flows are complex. The shell companies, crypto, cross-border trade, misinvoicing, and they are hard to monitor. Political will, which we have clearly written in my book as well, and institutional capacity vary. Italy and India will need sustained effort beyond the handshake. The global alignment: other states may not adopt the same standards, creating loopholes. So measuring success: how will both the countries evaluate the impact? The pact lacks publicly available specific metrics yet. What will it look like? How win will look like rather? Identification and freezing of terror financing entities by India and Italy within a defined timeline. joint investigations, extraditions, or asset seizures, higher ranking for both in international indices, that's FATF ratings, Global Terrorism Index for strengthening frameworks. Then enhanced bilateral defenses security deals, technology sharing, and support for global forums. What it means for India, Italy, and for the entire world. For India, it certainly means strengthened global legitimacy in its counter-terror narrative. It gains a European partner with tech, defense, and even financial market strengthens. Reinforces India's image as a strategic player in both Asia and in Europe. So what are the benefits? Certainly trade, investment, and security linkages, it get reinforced. For Italy, it gains a strategic partner in Asia, expanding beyond traditional European neighbors. So access to Indian markets, defense sector, and global security cooperation. This positions Italy as a key player in the global south as well, and Indo-Pacific discourse. So for the entire world, it signals that counter-terror financing is now becoming a more central agenda in global diplomacy. It enhances multilateralism. Domestic security challenges are increasingly globalized. Money flows the network. It encourages other nations also to form similar bilateral, multilateral pacts, expanding the anti-terror finance architecture. Now, what to watch for next 6 to 12 months forward? Pilot programs. Will India and Italy launch joint tech initiatives for tracking terror finance? Metrics. Will there be published data on seizures, investigations, regulatory, or even changes the new bilateral frameworks? Will they deepen into defense, manufacturing, artificial intelligence, space security linked to counter-terror mechanisms? And then global forum shifts. Will FATF and GCTF agendas reflect India-Italy input? Example, stricter for future protocols. So regional implications, when we see Indo-Pacific states, G20 countries, European Union, India, trade deal progresses will influence how this pact plays out. On-ground impact, the real cases of terror financing disruption, cross-border cooperation, and transparency will determine the entire credibility. The India-Italy joint initiative announced at the G20 Johannesburg Summit is more than a symbolic handshake. It represents a strategic shift. The fight against terrorism is being taken into the money flows and tech domain. For India, Italy, and the global community, this offers a chance to close loopholes, disrupt networks, and build stronger partnerships. So if you found this breakdown useful, do hit the like button and do subscribe to your own channel MND The Futurist. And in the comment section, answer this: which region do you think will benefit most from this pact? South Asia, Europe, or Africa? Thanks for watching. Keep your strategic minds sharp. I'll see you in the next video. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.